Hope you're all doing well today because we're gonna be discussing about Battlefield 6. If anybody at DICE is listening to this or at TA, I seriously wish Battlefield becomes a huge success, like really. But what we're missing, and this is one crucial thing, what we're missing is more news for content creators, more news for people to watch about it. We can't work with teasers anymore. I think we're a bad year from a release, and they're taking their time with it, which I kind of see their point. All true, I don't agree with it, because if they're not on the market for that long, they disappear from the market and people find different games to play, and that different game is currently only Warzone, right? It's a huge issue. It's a huge issue that nobody's talking about, but Black Ops Cold War is gonna be doing really great. And I have to talk about this. There's no other way. Just let's look at their, it's coming out in a month, while Battlefield 6 might be coming out in a year. And we didn't get any official news from Battlefield 6 just yet. So, I think that's a bigger issue in that regards, definitely because Battlefield 6 right now, if you didn't know, is in prototype. So we're not getting a release date for some time. We're getting news. I expected some small news in by the end of this year, so it's still 1 month and about 20 days left, or actually 2 months and 20 days left, so that's still some time. All through, I don't think we'll be getting anything, not even a teaser or something like that. So I guess we should look into this, we should look at how Battlefield 6 could make it really good. So one thing I really like about this is I looked at the comments, and let's see why Battlefield 5 kind of flopped off here. So Battlefield 5 started off on a bad foot with marketing and launch. Pros is gunplay, overall graphics. Firestorm needs to be improved. Firestorm, the next Battlefield 6 Battle Royale actually has to be free because it's going to have 124 players and it needs a smaller map basically. So cons are lack of content, lack of iconic location maps, atmosphere, that's a step back from Battlefield 1, which, most of the games actually have. Character visibility, microtransaction, and this guy also didn't say hackers, right? So vehicle place was unbalanced and weird, which I can definitely agree. It didn't feel like you were an actual tank. To me personally, I'm trying to be objective here as I can. To me personally, it felt more like, I don't know, it felt really weird controls, like playing big rigs. That's a game, basically one of the worst games for driving. But to this day, I still play Battlefield 1, just doesn't feel right, to be honest. But you're right, a modern Battlefield would be a breath of fresh air. And considering we haven't got any news in 6 years. So, just to give my own explanation to this, we haven't got any actual news from DICE for 6 years. We got 2 games. Well, we got Battlefield 6, so that's actually 4 years, sorry about that. We did get a Battlefield 5, which I don't really count it as because it was a flop. And then we got Battlefield Hardline, which isn't made by the same director, and some people didn't like it. I personally, it's one of my favorite games, Battlefield Hardline, alright? It has some issues, but if they make this right, if they make good graphics, good gunplay, Firestorm as an idea, if they turn it into something big, it could definitely be looking good. But what they're competing against, because they don't even release any news yet, probably because they don't have it already yet, I definitely like the game, but Black Ops Cold War beta opens this weekend for PS4 players. Look at this. There's all it's gonna be it's already open access. It's coming out in November. Let's look at this. If Battlefield 6 improves their campaign mode, campaign mode and their social mode or co-op, it's gonna be looking really great. So Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War looks to pioneer Fireteam, a new mode that has potential to bring a unique experience to its players roster. So if they bring a new game mode that performs really well, it's gonna be looking really good. So the franchise itself has held onto and evolved its various game modes over the years, retaining classics like Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Search and Destroy, as well as expanding by introducing Gunfight and successfully embracing the rise of Battle Royale games. Spec Ops will become something of a sleeper hit in the conjunction with Call of Duty Warzone. The Spec Ops missions offered some truly exciting cooperative gameplay, blah blah blah, giving 4-player squad access to expansive sections of an advanced map. What makes Battlefield 4 and 3 really great is when you play 4-man squads with your friends. Does anyone remember the 2000 Battlefield animated series of 2011 for Battlefield Friends? Well, that's because it got so popular, because people could relate to that. People could relate to this game. If they can make the same thing to Battlefield 6, which is going to take this episode time, especially because they were focusing on other games, and now the whole full team can focus from Battlefield 5 to Battlefield 6, it can definitely look good. The result definitely took a backseat in the standard multiplayer and Battle Royale modes, but created intense teamwork. Teamwork is really important in video games, because teamwork actually is like a social thing, where if you're playing in a game socially, you'll play it for more, because you play it with friends and you build relationships. For many years, players to give it a shot. So Call of Duty Black Ops will release soon on November 13th, which is really close. If Battlefield 6 doesn't get any news or any info about the release date for the press, not even for the smaller content creators, how can the hype live on when Call of Duty actually has a lot, and I mean a lot of video games? Call of Duty is probably going to release something next year. Just look at this. Just look at this.
This new format of multiplayer work and reward.
Like, they're doing their best. They're doing their best, you know. Like, this is going to be a chaos in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Like, this is becoming, you could kind of see the resemblance. This is like kind of becoming like the Battlefield 6, right? Well, I don't know what Battlefield 6 looks like, but this is like kind of looking like a Battlefield franchise. It's still fast-paced, you know. I'm definitely interested what they have in mind, because if Battlefield 6 wants to succeed, they will need huge improvements, unlike Battlefield 5, you know. And they're taking their time. Why Firestorm wasn't free? I think that was EA's decision, which was one of the worst decisions you could make for a Battle Royale game. Not making it free. Today's society, maybe if 2015, 2016, you could make it, you know, payable, like PUBG, like H1Z1. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But when it's becoming, you know, a time and place where there's so many free Battle Royale games, I don't know why you would, you know, buy Battlefield 5 just to, you know, play Firestorm. It makes no sense in a huge map with 64 players. So if they can improve that, make a Battle Royale game for Battlefield 6 if Battle Royale there is still popular, I can definitely see Battlefield 6 popping off. You know, I think they have a very good team. But what we're gonna need is some news by the end of this year. I'm hoping in early 2021, I'm still gonna be reporting on the news. Like, I report short videos, I report speculation, so be sure to subscribe for that. It will help me out a lot. And yeah, let me know your opinions on this. This is Fatman, sign out. Peace, guys.